All right, I'm gonna have to do this on my phone because my laptop's being a bitch. I'm sorry, Jill. Just hope my phone doesn't die. I probably pissed everybody off that I had to restart so many times. Everybody's doing okay? Can you hear me fine? Yes? Can everybody hear me? I'm not from NOLA. Can everybody hear me? Yes. No. Hello. Yes. Jill, you can hear me? Yes. All right. Great. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started and see who joins in and whatnot. So tonight we're already behind schedule. What I want to talk about is emotional management and what that means. Hey Mary, I'm having to do this from my damn phone because my laptop's being a shit. Anyway, so managing our emotions and our emotional state is something that we have to do on a daily basis. And it's one of the most important things that we can do, honestly, to stay balanced in our lives. And what that means is, the same reason that you see rich and famous people that seem to be happy in their lives that aren't managing their emotional state. And so I'm going to ask you about a couple of people, and just in your opinions, I want to know what you think or what you remember about these people. And so this is where I want feedback, okay? So first person I want to mention here, Elvis Presley, the king, all right? What do you think of, or what do you remember when I say, Elvis Presley? And so, respond, type some answers. What do you think about when I say, and you can't say the king because I already said the king. So what do you think about when you think of Elvis Presley? Give me some feedback, people. Start typing. What do you think about? Real quick. What's up? Drug addict, right? Right? I know, I had to pull it up on my phone. Depressed, drugs, exactly. What I think of when I think of Elvis Presley is he died fat and on the toilet. Here's the other person. Kurt Cobain. What do you think about when you hear Kurt Cobain? What do you remember? Superstar, rock star, committed suicide. There you go. So here's two people, right? Seemingly famous, Elvis and Kurt Cobain changed the world of music forever, okay? Jesus, they called Elvis the king, right? Who has ever gone by the king? And yet these people couldn't manage their emotional states enough to manage life. And the reason our emotional states are imbalanced can be attributed to the questions that we ask ourselves or ask of other people. And what I mean by that is the questions we ask also dictate the answers that we receive. So what I also, like an example of that would be if somebody were to say something like, why am I so fat? That's a directed question. So what answer are you looking for when someone says, I'm so fat. Well, okay, what do you want? Because you're lazy? There's no right answer to that directed question. Um, it's not because there are circumstances, but it's the questioning that we put in place has to do everything with the answers that we receive. So instead of asking why am I so fat, the line of questioning should be, what can I do in this moment to change my physical state, of losing weight. So right there, yes or no, can you see slowly just one really quick example of asking a question one way and getting a stupid question or stupid answer? Because I'm not here to sugarcoat it. There are such things as stupid questions and you get stupid answers. So immediately from why am I so fat to what can I do now to lose weight? And all of a sudden, the answers, there's 100 different answers for that. Hey, Chase. So there's 100 different answers for that line of questioning. Or if someone were to say, why am I so stupid I can't learn anything? Well, what answer are you looking for? Because you're an idiot? Because you're dumb? It's a directed question that, thanks. It's a directed question and you get a directed answer. It's a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. And it's not because somebody's dumb and it's not because they can't learn anything. The line of questioning should be, how can I begin right now to learn something new? Then immediately the answers completely change. I could ask you right now that, what can I do to grow or to learn something? And you can start saying, oh, well, Google something, ask somebody else, get some more information. So immediately our line of questioning changes the entire outlook of everything. Or if someone says, why am I unsuccessful in my business? Well, what answer are you looking for? Because if you suck? Because you suck at business? No. It should be, what can I do in this moment to grow my business? And then the answers then become, well, ask other like-minded people, ask other business associates, ask other successful people. So yes or no, can you already start to see a difference in the stupid or the and I don't mind saying it, the stupid line of questionings as opposed to the directed questions looking for an honest answer? Yes or no? Can you immediately see a difference in what we're talking about here in directed questioning? I would think so. Self-accountability every single day. Now, so, all right, these people, they're not stupid. They're not overweight. They're not unsuccessful because they're dumb and they're losers. They're simply not asking the right questions. I personally believe that they're all looking, and we are all looking for the right answers. We're just not asking the right questions. And it's never too late to start directing and asking those right questions, because what happens is once you start asking the right questions, it manifests and turns your life conditions into those answers. And it's never too late to rewrite our narrative life. The last discussion I had, I was talking about our story, right? We're the manifestations of all of our experiences that we've experienced so far to date. So that it's we can change that narrative from today forward. We can change our story by simply changing the direction of our questions. And one way to do that is, I'm just going to make a bold statement. I'm going to say that I believe that we should all invest more in ourselves than we do in anything else. And that would extend to invest more in yourself than you do your family and you do your business or other relationships. Now, I know you might say that doesn't make any sense. I'm not telling you to spend less time with your family or less money on your family, less time or money on your business. What I'm saying is you need to find the extra time to work harder on yourself than you do with anything else. Because if you're not good for yourself, then you're not good for your family and you're not good for your business. Do you agree? Yes or no? Right? Yes, you're not good for you. You're not good for anybody. And that's when the growth happens. Like Caleb said, that's when the accountability, that's when looking at yourself and breaking it down daily will manifest a different outcome. It manifests different answers. And another term for growth is self-love. And the more you change those answers, the more it directs your focus into the future. And your focus is on improving yourself. Our focus is the outward interpretation of what we see in our lives. And that interpretation will in turn change. Because isn't that what life is? Our lives are the interpretation that we see forward from ourselves. And sight is what we're talking about here. Focus. And even if we're desperately trying to see something else, we kind of only see what we're focusing on. And so I know people have heard the story, what you think about is what you get, right? You think positive, you see positive. You think negative, you see negative. And that's not what I'm here to say. That's old news. I want to give you guys something new and different that is separate from just snapping your fingers and saying that, things are better. And I know for myself, when I'm sitting in my depression and my shit and my stress and anxiety, I can't snap my fingers and just automatically see what's positive and what's not. But it is about perspective, and your perspective is your focus. So let's look at this theory of focus, right? Let's look at what focus really is. And I'm constantly, in fact, very recently, I've been really diving into self-improvement, self-focus, self-growth. I've been attending a lot of webinars. I'm actually attending, if you guys are in the Lafayette area, I'm attending a workshop this weekend. It's from 9 to 3 here in Lafayette that a local guy's putting on. If you are in here in the Lafayette area, contact me, shoot me an email, a text, or a message, and I'll let you know about it. It's a growth seminar. It's called Upgrade Yourself. So getting back to focus, I want to put on this test that that was given to us when I was attending this webinar. And so what I need you guys to do is really focus, sit up straight. I want you to think, and I'm going to ask you to do something, okay? I'm going to ask you really, really quick to look around the room and find everything that you can see that is red, all right? Right now, start looking around, everything, red, anything that your shoes red, walls red, your cell phone cover's red, just red. I want you to look around and look for anything that is red. Quick. Just everything. Just think red. All right, now stop. Okay? What did you see that was blue? You didn't see blue because you weren't focused on blue. You were focused on red. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but what did you see that was blue? Freaking nothing. Because we were focused on red. And that's what focus is all about. Is what we're perceiving of ourselves. So the maintenance of our emotional state is not just changing our outlook, snapping our fingers. That's too easy. You guys have heard that shit before. It's managing our emotional state is asking the right questions so that we will then get the right answers, and those answers will turn into a different focus. Because if we're not asking an honest answer, we don't get an honest solution. When we start asking honest questions, instead of saying, why am I so fat? Start saying, if I really wanted to lose weight, why am I not losing weight? What can I do to lose weight? If I'm unsuccessful and unhappy in my personal relationships, it's not just to look around and say, I suck at relationships. It's to say, what can I do? What am I not doing in this relationship to better myself and this relationship? If I'm in a business and my business is suffering, it's not just to say, I suck at business. Why do I suck at business? It's to say, what can I do to focus and grow my business in this moment? And so once our answers will change, then the focus starts to change. And when our focus starts to change, I said this in a previous session, that life starts happening for us and it stops happening to us. It puts us more in control of our actions because we have informed answers to make decisions. We start adding purpose into our actions. We start asking these questions on purpose. We start asking these questions on purpose, mentally directed questions, and we get the answers that we're looking for by simply changing the direction of our questions. And so, another way to look at it is once we have these answers, we stop reacting to life and we actually start acting in life. So, does any of that make sense that I've said so far as to changing the direction of our questioning, of asking actual honest answers when we want an honest solution instead of asking? Somebody said something about a pity party earlier, and that's one answer to these questions, that when it's a directed question of why me, poor me, I can't be fixed. Well, the answers you get are because poor you, because you can't be fixed. And if you're honest and if you're serious about wanting to make a change, you have to change those questionings and the line of questionings as to how can I better myself? How can I do this better for others? So that's the different method, and that's the different option that I wanted to give you guys. I didn't want to come across and say the same old tired mess of snap your fingers, get out of it, and say, life is great, because that doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't work for everyone. I'm not going to tell you to go home and wake up every morning and look in the mirror and chant to yourself, you is kind, you is special, you is important. I'm not going to tell you to do that shit. Some people do it and it works for them. What I'm telling you to do is hold yourself accountable, look for the right questions, and the answers will come. And what I want to also ask at the end of this, which we're coming up to the end, is I have one request that I would like to ask of everyone. And that is, when you do start changing the line of questioning and your life starts to change and you start to grow, I only ask that you share this with somebody else. The only way to keep it is to give it away. We're meant to share our life experiences with others, okay? Because on your own, you can only be so happy. And to examine that theory also of just being, how happy can you be alone, is, let's say you win the lottery and you're ecstatic, right? You won the lottery, but the minute you share that with somebody else and you share that experience with somebody else, you get so much happier, right? Another theory would be if you're pregnant, you find out you're pregnant, and you're so happy, on top of the world. The minute you share that news with your spouse or significant other, that's next level ecstasy kind of shit. And I'm sure some people watching now can agree that, oh my God, yes, when I found out I was pregnant and shared it with somebody else, that took our relationship and our happiness to a whole nother level. Another instance would be, and this may hit close to home to some people, is, drinking and doing drugs. You can do drugs and drink at home and get drunk, and you can get high, right? You can do those same drugs and drink the same alcohol with others, and all of a sudden you get higher and you get happier. It's the same effects of sharing. Now, those are not positive effects, but the point I'm making is these things are true, that you do affect others, and we're not meant to share our life experiences alone. And so, with that being said, I think if we just took all of our problems and frustrations that we have right now, and if we're honest about it, if we're honest about finding a solution, then all we have to do is just change our line of questioning, and the honest answers will come. So don't stop asking questions, please. That's what life is. That's how you learn. That's how you grow, is reaching out and searching. Other than that, it would just be changing that whole line of methodology, and what exactly are you looking for with an answer. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close, you guys. Sorry about the interruptions with the Facebook. My laptop was being a shit. And so I hoped that this gave you a little bit different perspective on managing your emotional state. by simply still asking questions, but simply just changing the direction of the questions, and looking for self-examination and self this turns into self-love when you start being honest and you start looking for an honest answer, and through those actions the results come, and then you start actually feeling it. And then in the end, again, I'm going to ask you, share it with somebody else. Share your experience with others. Share your happiness with others. Share with somebody else how share this method with other people. I don't own this. This is just stuff that I've researched and I'm finding out myself, and I don't want to give you the same tired shit of just say you're happy and then you're happy. It takes work. And this is just one method of work and finding the right solutions on a daily basis to change your mindset and to change your thinking, and then also to change your focus. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next time.